And welcome to Donna Muñoz and Manny Herrera's session called Pajama Party with Harley Farley. You have two amazing presenters today. We have author Donna Muñoz, and she is an assistant professor at El Paso Community College. She's also a children's literature author. She is the author of the Harley Farley zombie book series, and she loves coffee. She enjoys playing Minecraft and building Legos with her kiddos. And Manny, the co-presenter, is a librarian at El Paso Community College, where he shares his love of reading with students. Manny and his son love to play Jurassic Park Minecraft together, as well as go hiking and biking in the Franklin Mountains in El Paso. So if you'll please mute your microphones and turn off your cameras, we will give you some time at the end of the session for questions. You'll just need to raise your hand. You click the little hand and you can raise it so that we can call on you. And also, please note that this session is being recorded. So with no further ado, let me pass the time and the screen to Donna.
Thank you, my friend. So good morning, boys and girls, and everyone joining us today. It's so nice to be here with all of you, especially when we can't be together. And I'm really honored to be here today to share my book with you, which is Harley Farley's First Pajama Party. And I'm going to put that up on the screen for you. Can everyone see Harley?
Yes, we sure can.
Yes, okay, excellent. So I have here my buddy Harley Farley. He's in his pajamas ready to go for story time. I have some little doggies around listening too, and it's just so nice to be here. Now, a pajama party is when you have a sleepover and you have a really great time. Sometimes we have sleepovers with our grandma and grandpa, our Nino and our Nina, our cousins and our friends. And in this story, Harley Farley would like to go to a sleepover with his best friend Eddie. But Eddie knows that if a zombie comes to a pajama party, we might have some trouble. So let's read the story and see what happens with Harley Farley and if he gets to go to his pajama party. If a zombie says he's hungry, follow my advice. Run to the kitchen and make something he likes. Now, don't believe the story that zombies want our brains. That's ridiculous. That's insane. Zombies don't want brain matter. They want pancakes on a platter. They want pizza with extra cheese. They want spaghetti and lots of it, please. My best friend is a zombie. His name is Harley Farley. We share a room and help with chores. We go on hikes and ride skateboards. There's nothing like a zombie friend. We'll be best buds until the end. But one day I made him sad because sometimes best friends get mad. I planned a pajama party, but I left out my dear Harley. Popping popcorn, pop, pop, pop. Pizza baking hot, hot, hot. Best friend zombie, not. Kids just might not understand that there's a zombie in my fam. But hurting friends feels really icky. This was getting super tricky. So I told him, you're invited. Harley danced around delighted. Doing a little zombie dance. He's so happy now. Just before my guests arrived, Harley needed a disguise. A baseball cap and dark sunglasses, mama's scarf. He looked fantastic. Dino PJs for my zombie, Grab your blankie, Harley Farley. Do you think the kids will recognize him? I'm not sure. He looks pretty good, right? Our house was full of happy kids. Did everyone come? I made a list. Harley's disguise worked very well. He's a zombie, but no one could tell. Andrew and Daniel know our secret. They've been very kind to keep it. Hello, Harley, they both said. Harley loved to see his friends. I'm so glad I changed my mind. Harley was having such a great time. Building forts was lots of fun. He ate ice cream by the tons. Alexa even combed his hair and he got a manicure. What a lucky little zombie. I would love some strawberry ice cream right now for breakfast. Andrew said, "Now play with me." Harley followed happily. But then Maddie grabbed his arm, tugging, pulling, twisting hard. "Play with me," that girl demanded. Harley then became one-handed.
Oh no.
"It's a zombie," someone cried. "Protect your brains, run, hide." They were making Harley cry, though he wouldn't hurt a fly. So I shouted loud and clear so all my party guests would hear. "Hurting feelings isn't right. I know you're scared, but please be nice. He's super friendly. He likes parties. You won't hurt them, will you, Harley?" I hope they can put his little arm back on, right? Poor zombie. All the others said, "We're sorry. Let's be friends now, Harley Farley." Kayla helped fix Harley's arm. She stitched it on with my mom's yarn. A pinky promised to always be friends, but now we're all tired, so we called it the end. We're gonna snore. Zzz. Thank you so much for sharing this time with me to read my story. And if you have any questions or if you'd like to start with the craft, whatever you'd like to do.
Great. Thank you, Donna. That book is awesome. All right. So I'm going to share some supplies. Manny, the librarian, has the craft plan for you all. So let me share that.
Let's all get our together really quick. You'll need paper, scissors, glue, paint, crayons, and a tissue to keep your hands clean.
Manuel, can you show me your paper, please, so I can take pictures?
Sure.
Okay.
Paper, scissors, glue, and paint.
Our guest reading Harley Farley's book today was Donna Muñoz. She's an author. Being an author means you write books. And today, we're all going to have a chance to write our own book.
All right.
Now, let's go ahead and begin with a sheet of paper. I'm having a little bit of trouble here. Oh, Eric, I think you can turn the screen over to me.
Yes, I have a question.
Yes, go ahead.
So, when I blank on paper, so do I have to make my own story about Halloween?
We'll get there. We're getting there in just a minute.
Okay.
Am I spotlighted?
Yes, we can see you.
Great, there it goes. We're going to begin with a sheet of paper. And let me go ahead and turn my camera down so that we can begin. Okay, we're going to start by folding the sheet of paper down. If you hold it tall, we're going to fold it down from the top, just like this. If anyone needs me to slow down, just let me know. Your paper should look like this right now. Fold it right in half. Please raise your hand if you have any questions or if you need to make a comment, and one of our moderators will help you out. Now, next, we're going to draw a line right in that crease, and we'll come back to this later. Your paper should look just like this with a line right down the middle. We're going to go ahead and close it back up and fold it across the other way. And we're going to crease it up real good so it keeps its shape. I'll give everyone a moment to catch up. Next, we're going to open it up. Raise your hand if you need me to slow down. We're going to open it back up, and we're going to get our scissors out. There it goes. We're going to take those scissors and cut the page right down the middle. My crayon made 2 lines, but that's fine. All we really need that line for is to know where to cut our paper. Now, you'll have 2 pieces just like this. There we go. That cut together. And now you're holding your blank book, and we're ready to begin. You'll want to set it down in front of you just like this and write the title across the front. I'm going to give you a great idea for a book today. It's going to be called, oops, I made a mistake. It's going to be called My Favorite Things to Do. Your book should look just like this. Ta-da! Like magic. Now, be careful to write it on the correct side so that your book opens up like this. Later, we can come back and illustrate the bottom here. Drawing pictures or images for your book is called illustrating it, or being the illustrator. Today, you'll do both. Let's go ahead and begin. We're going to set our cover aside. Remember that this is the cover of your book, including the back cover. So you can set this one aside for now. And you're ready to go with the inside pages of your book. This will be the front, page 1, page 2, page 3, and page 4. So let's go ahead and begin. We're going to start by writing for each page. And what are we going to write? Our favorite things to do. Now, if you can't think of your favorite things to do, I can tell you some that my little boy loved. He loved to go hiking, to wrestle, to go to the park, to play imagination games. Other children like to play catch, sword fight, play frisbee, play soccer, watch movies, pretend you can fly, pretend you're a Jedi or a princess. We're going to go ahead and write that across the top. My favorite things to do. To go hiking. There you go. What does yours say, Donna? Can someone unmute Donna? Oh, there it is. Cool.
Play with my dogs.
There it is. All right. Let's go ahead and write out the rest of the book, the rest of our book. Think of your favorite things to do, and then write them across the top. You might need help from your grown-up. If you need help from your grown-up, ask them to write it for you, or you can ask them how words are spelled. Your book will also serve as a reminder to your grown-up. You can give it to them when you're done. I'll wait while everyone fills out their book. Remember, include the things, your 4 favorite things to do. If you want to make your book even bigger, you can always use another sheet of paper and add even more pages. Next, we're going to go through the book and draw or illustrate our paintings and drawings across the bottom. For that, you'll need paints. It's time to get the paints out and get them ready. Now, you're going to want to stick to light colors so that they don't soak through. If you do use dark colors, or if you have no other option, or if it soaks through anyhow, you can always use the same images front and back. I'll show you in just a moment. Now, these paints need a little bit of water to get started. Let's go. Oops, that's a little bit too much, but there's a way to fix that. I'll show you in just a second. With a tissue paper. A tissue paper will soak up all the extra water. Just remember to leave enough for the paint to stay activated. You'll also want tissues or extra paper to practice. I'm going to start by practicing here on this extra piece of paper. It looks like this one's ready to go. You'll want the perfect amount of paint on your finger to make the face of your character. You can use different colors for different characters. Later, we're going to come back and draw the bodies for each character. You'll also draw the background. In this case, it would be a hiking background. Let's go ahead and go through and fill out our book. Be careful not to put too much paint on your finger. If it comes out too wet, the way that one did, you can always dab it with your tissue to get the right amount of paint. All right, good work, Donna.
Donna, can you show us yours again? I'm going to spotlight you so we can see it. 1 second. All right. Wonderful. Manny, you have about 10 minutes left.
Cool, we're right on time.
And I wanted to add, if you don't have paints, you can also color your fingerprint with your marker.
Yeah, and if you don't have either, you can always just illustrate it with crayons, drawing each character in full with just crayons. Note that all my characters, a lot of them have different colors. If your paint's soaked through, you can always just use the same spot on the other side. Be careful not to use too much water. It just takes a minute to dry, but we don't have to wait. Raise your hand if you need us to wait. Does anyone want to show their book on camera? Do any of our kiddos want to share their work?
Yes, we have Yvette Chuka that raised her hand. Yvette, you can turn on your camera and show us your book.
She also may just want us to slow down.
How many?
Oh, check it out. That's great.
What does it say?
Movies. I think you like to go to the movies.
Weapon moves iron because
what
it's
is
a
it?
magnet.
That is so cool.
Because I have magnet.
Looks like we've got a science fan in the crowd here. Future engineer. Okay, so now that the paint is kind of dry and most people have had a chance to catch up, we can go ahead and draw. Again, these are suggestions for your pages. If you want to go off on your own and draw magnets and iron, that's great too. Metals that are attracted to iron are called ferrous metals. Did you know that? Okay, since this character is going to be green, has a green face, I'm going to go ahead and draw a matching body with a similar green. If it's not dark enough, I can always change it. It also helps to lay your page flat so your paints don't get mixed up. Now, I'm drawing stick figures for speed. If you're a good artist, you can draw a better body. Or if you're fine with stick figures, that works too. Now, since we're going hiking here, I'm going to draw a trail. And some grass. What am I thinking? This is El Paso. I'll draw some cactuses. When your paint is nice and dry, you'll be ready to draw faces. You'll need a dark color that's at least darker than the paint that you used. I may have used too dark a color for her face here. There it goes. And then we can fill out the rest of them.
That looks really great. Does anyone else want to share their book before we close up?
Are we out of time? 5 minutes?
We have 5 more minutes, yes.
Here we're playing catch. So there's a ball. Here we're watching a movie. Watching a movie at home. I'll leave the last pages for you all to paint and fill out on your own. The last thing I want to explain is how to put your book back together. Here we are back with our covers, with our cover that says my favorite things to do. Okay? Now you're going to take your cover and the pages we just worked on and tuck them in together. To keep those together for good, we're going to use a little dab of glue. Here I have some Elmer's glue. 4 or 5 small dots will do the job. Be careful, it's easy to go too far and add too much glue. You just need a little bit. And then you'll just tuck them in together just like that. You'll see that it already starts to hold together pretty good. Make sure to line them up well. You don't need to press too hard. But when you're done, you should have something that looks just like this. Good work, Donna. How many books is that for you? Donna Muñoz, our author today, has written a lot of books. And now you've written one too. Do we have any questions? Does anyone want to show their final book, their final product? Remember, to be an author means to write a book, and to be an illustrator means to draw the images in your book. You can go back and create an image for the front as well.
It looks like we have 2 hands up, Lucius and Malachi. If
Let's
you
see your
want to show us your screen and unmute yourself. And then after that, we can go back to Yvette Chuka. Here we
What
go.
is book 3?
There they are.
I love your shirt. That's Harley.
When is book 3 coming out? Do you really want to
Not
book
sure yet.
Oh,
Hi,
cute.
boys.
Hello.
Hi. That's a great shirt. You guys like Minecraft too.
Yeah.
Are you going to show them your book?
I'm
Hold up
not
your book
really a
so we can see it.
Minecraft fan.
Hold up your book.
I used to, but I don't really play it anymore.
Did you know that Minecraft just became the
Wow.
highest selling time? Are you hiking?
No, it's me like walking around the block.
Nice.
Oh,
Right,
going for
on.
walks. That's one of my favorites too. That is cool.
Me reading? Me literally watching YouTube.
YouTube.
And then the last one I haven't drawn a picture for yet.
Very cool. Did you say there was someone else, Erica?
Yes, we have Yvette Chuka's again. There we go.
Hi.
I
Wow.
How
I like that
cute.
Mr. Magic, all he wants is a friend.
That sounds like Harley Farley. He felt left out.
Awesome.
That is so awesome.
I think that concludes our session for today, everyone. Kiddos, remember to fill out that book and show it to your grown-ups so they keep in mind your favorite things.
Thank you for being with us today. We had a great time with you.
That's great. Thank you, Donna and Manny, for reading your wonderful book and for teaching us a new craft. Don't forget to go and join the rest of the events that are happening today for the EPCC Literary Fiesta. Thank you. Have a great Saturday.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
You.
Bye.